Okay. Jesus Christ.
I already hit it.
This guy.
I don't know what to tell you.
This guy.
Rolling.
Oh my God. Give me a few seconds.
I'm giving you a few seconds.
Well, yeah, but
well, I don't know what to tell you. You said you were ready. I asked you.
I hit the music. Hit my music.
No.
Hit my music.
Play me out, dude.
No. Off to a great start as always.
Fine, Creed. I'll sing to you. This is one of my favorite songs. Okay, I guess we're gonna hit the music then.
Thank you to the folks at West Shore Homes for their Memorial Day sale coming up really soon. 18 months financing. Oh, we just lost that sponsorship.
Out of the darkness into the ruin.
Second.
Creedence and Bishop.
Hey there, this is Clive Barker, and you're listening to the Creedence and Bishop Show. Enjoy.
Here's a moment from one of your favorite programs.
All right. It's Creedence.
Now, Bishop, you done up.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I'm like a pot smoker. I listen to the radio and watch TV.
Notice they're high, so this will be a good show.
Yeah.
Moving right along in search of good times and good news. With good friends you can't lose. This could become a happy, fun time.
Welcome to prime time, bitches!
Prime time it is, and welcome to the Creedence and Bishop Show, back live with you on this Wednesday. How is everybody doing?
Oh man, we are doing good. You know, back to the old the Wednesday tradition, if you will.
Hell yeah!
Creed, is that problem taken care of? The one you just messaged me about?
Upside down now. Getting there.
You're getting close, Ryan. One more time around, baby.
So we are the Creedence and Bishop Show, broadcasting live on many different platforms. Facebook, which is CB Space Radio Space Show. That is our main page to keep up with us for now, anyways. So make sure to hit a like on that. YouTube, the YouTube's looking mighty fine, thanks to a lot of hard work from Mikey the Legend Mayhem today. So we're getting there. Small, little steps, a little bit at a time. But
building from the bottom can be very hard sometimes. Just saying.
Right?
I don't know if anybody else knew this, but it can be difficult.
It's fixed now, by the way. Looking good.
Very good.
Got it. Yeah. So, and on Twitter and Periscope at CB Radio Show. Twitch is supposed to be twitch.tv/CB Radio Show, but I can't find it.
You can't find it, but
no, on Twitch.
You started it.
When I search it, it doesn't come up organically. Like I got to go straight to it. So we need to do some work on that too. But by the way, getting back to YouTube, it is Creedence and Bishop Show. Just so you know.
Can people contact you? Like just write you a private message if they want to get the Twitch? Can they just write you personally? Do you have a PO box they can reach you at, Creed?
Do it. No, I do not. Not that I know of, anyways. Not that I'm aware of. Bish, how are you? Good week? All right?
Everything good? That's good. Yeah, everything's good. Still alive, I think. Everything's good.
Hello, Jason.
Oh, hi, Jason. It's raining. I think it's raining everywhere.
Hello? Yes, everywhere. Days and days, and it's not going to end until like Friday or Saturday here, I know.
A deluge, as they might say, going on right now here in this whole coast, it seems like.
Mikey, you doing okay? Okay week?
Man, oh man, baby. I tell you, it's been a great time. I've got my new
sounds that way.
Yeah.
Boy, let me tell you. I'm having
if it got any better, I don't know what I would do.
Oh boy.
It's been a great time. No,
Nice.
Things have been going good.
How's your potato chips going?
I was just about to say I'm sorry if I had upset you by
we
chewing into the microphone.
We love listening to very loud.
I feel like you've been a little bit resentful since I had a snack. I apologize. I'm doing okay. I got my Trump check this week.
Finally,
number one or
thought I was going to have number one. I thought I was going to have to wait until August for number one, but that just came in, and that was nice.
Good.
The blessing
was very nice. I haven't gotten the you're welcome letter yet, but I know that's coming in the mail pretty soon.
Or at least you hope. Big Clay, how are you, sir?
Pretty good. Just hanging out here on the couch, enjoying my, again, lukewarm, powdered dry coffee in the rain. It's been a very rainy week, and I live in the swamp already, so I haven't been able to do a whole bunch. But doing good otherwise.
Speaking of lukewarm, did you see that nice hot dog I had for...
Ooh.
I was quite impressed with it.
Yeah,
I was impressed with it. I made that myself, and then I got an egg roll, and it was stone cold, so I was really depressed.
Wasn't it super early in the morning?
No, this is my latest. Yeah, this is just a little while ago. So shall we?
You made it
right
at a
on?
gas station, or you made it at your house?
Yeah, at QT. We basically live at QT with all the Facebook Marketplace stuff, and I don't. This is the weirdest thing. Two record days this week, while it's been pouring rain and chilly as can be. And we're out delivering and meeting things, and it's I
things. That's what he thinks of his customers. Things,
not even people.
Not even people. Not even trash. Things.
Do you like that I referred to the wrong QT hot dog picture? Like there's more than one.
There is
on there.
Right.
That's no
like,
surprise.
I'm the jerk because I didn't realize it was a different photo.
I understand with most.
He does photo shoots with these hot dogs. I mean, this is like he's got the lighting just right.
Yeah.
Listen, if a sandwich artist at Subway can put together that vile garbage, look at my fantastic.
Here's another sponsorship right down the
toilet.
Look, dropping like flies.
That is a nice job, Creed. I'm looking at it right now.
Thank you.
Well, do you want to go ahead and since you're talking about food, go ahead and talk about our guest tonight?
Why don't we just bring on our guest? He's right here, ready to go.
Well, if he wants to go ahead and come on, we've talked about him all week long on social media everywhere. Welcoming to the show for the very first time, our new best friend. You may know him as formerly known as Konnor of the Ascension, and now we're just going to call him Ryan because he's our bud. He's our pal. Me and him have bonded, by the way, of last
and I got to ask this, right? I got to ask you right straight off. How much has Mikey bugged you in the last week? Has it been pretty bad? Or?
No, he's been great, man. He's
been
great.
Right. Professional producer. You think we had all those interviews with AJ Styles and Kurt Angle and Edge and everyone else because I didn't work hard, baby? I'm the hardest hustler in the business here.
But I have to say, Konnor, this is the first time that Mikey has ever crowbarred. Like at the beginning of the show, crowbarred someone in. He was like, "Speaking of hot dogs, let's talk about our interview today."
Yes,
I was
hot dog and son of a bitch right here. But no,
talking about hot dogs could be so entertaining, right?
Right.
See, we do a lot of food talking on here.
Food talk number one. So, Konnor, everybody knows you from your time in NXT, especially because I do. Because you were the longest reigning tag team champions, you and Victor, in NXT. What year was it that you joined? Were you in FCW as well?
Yeah, I actually started all the way back at Deep South. So, yeah, I had been in for a long time. I actually was hired back in 2005. And then I was up there in Deep South with Bill DeMont and Jody Hamilton. And then 2007, we parted ways. In 2010, we picked right back up where we left off.
So in FCW, if people don't know, that was NXT before it was NXT. And they were wrestling in places that looked like we build our studios in. Places would like one side would be like an old warehouse for bathtubs, and the other side would be where they're filming a weekly show. And you wouldn't believe that if you hadn't seen it with your own eyes. What were those conditions like wrestling there?
Well, they originally opened up in 2007, and I didn't get a chance to watch the documentary, but it actually started in batting cages when they first moved it from Georgia. So that was interesting, and I think that was just a temporary fix until Steve Kern and John Laurinaitis actually moved it to what you saw when we showed up. We're all kind of like, "What the hell is this?"
It was true. There was no air conditioning there. No air conditioning whatsoever, right?
No AC. No. So
were these indoor batting cages or outdoor batting cages?
Those were indoor. Everything was indoor. Oh. So yeah. So the batting cages were originally, we were only there, I want to say, maybe three to 4 months until they were trying to find the building they wanted. And then we got the building, and then we ended up getting there, and it was just cans of food everywhere. And right in the middle was a ring setup, and it was just kind of like, okay. Wow. Sure.
Like cans of food, like homeless people have been squatting there, kind of cans of food, or like who, like
vegetable cans.
Yeah, it was a warehouse. Right. Yeah, like one side was a legit warehouse, and the others, they basically had them in there with the produce they were getting rid of.
I was gonna say, power bombing someone, and someone next to you is like canning string beans. Like, don't get the production line.
Serving lunch later.
The best part was next door was a furniture place. So after practice, the week you got paid, you would just go next door and get your furniture.
Was there a deal? Did they give you kind of deal?
Hell no, there was no deal.
Oh.
All right. So this is something I'm very curious about because I've often wondered it. When you were in NXT, they weren't paying you guys very much. Did you have to get a second job?
About here?
The one before it blew up. The one before it got big. Basically FCW.
Okay, so we're talking like with the pros leading the talent at the time. Yeah. No, we got paid. I always say that a bad day up there is a great day anywhere else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's just kind of, I always try to stay humble with that. It was always, I came from a very, I'd like to say poor background, but not to the point to where, so you really appreciate any type of money you get, So that's just one of my biggest mottos, no matter what, is a bad day up there is a better day in the real world anywhere. So
right. That's understandable, because I've often wondered if guys had to have like second jobs or something just so they could, be able to keep wrestling until things really picked up when NXT really broke and the network came on. When the network came on and things really started rolling, then it seemed like, did everybody start making more money and things got better, or did they basically keep you guys in the same place?
Well, no. So you were already under contract with WWE, whether you were in FCW, Deep South at the time, or wherever. You were contractually obligated to be with them, and there was a set pay what you would get, and it just depended on the talent and who would get what, how much, people would get. But for the most part, everything was livable. You just had to make sure that you would live, I guess I don't want to say below your means, but you wanted to be smart with your money,
right? Well, with those contracts you guys had and things started really taking off with the network, you got to work with like legendary people. I'm guessing you got to work with Dusty Rhodes, who we're all huge marks for. I mean, really, me and Bishop especially loved Dusty. And I always wished when I watched him as a kid, I was like, man, if he could be my dad, if that was my dad, nobody would be giving me crap at school. Dusty would come in and he'd start dropping elbow after elbow, cutting promos on the principal. But none of that ever happened. So, but you got to know him personally?
Oh, yeah. Dream was, he was a mentor to a lot of us. And, he was always there. If you wanted to talk to him, you wanted to make yourself available, he would listen to you. And he was a real personable guy. Like you could talk about anything. That was the one thing I loved about Dream, was we would talk a little bit about wrestling and promos and things like that, what he was incredible at. And then you would be able to talk about just personal things in life, like relationships or just anything, And so that, I think, is what made Dream such an incredible human being, was that you got to know him on a personal level also, not just this bigger than star wrestler. You got to know him, and that's what made it even more special, especially me. So I was really appreciative of that.
Did you grow up a fan of wrestling, as many of us did, or were you the late bloomer?
Than you guys. Who are you kidding?
Oh, really? Right on. I always hate it when I see guys that make it big in wrestling, and they're like, "Well, I used to play football," and I figured, you know what? I can't play football anymore. Oh yeah, well, I did that too. Yeah, you did it both though. So I mean,
there's a reason why I've always hated that term mark. I really have. It's just because to me, any wrestler that makes it in this business is a bigger mark than just about anybody, because that's why we made it, is because we love it so much. So I mean, if there's any mark that's sitting right here, it'd be me.
Now,
the biggest mark.
Who was your favorite people, like guys coming up? Like, what did you love?
I love George the Animal Steel. He was my hero.
Oh my God.
He was my favorite. I wish to this day I would have had an opportunity to get to meet him. I never did. And he was him, and this is going to blow your mind too. Lanny Poffo was the one who originally made me start watching, because there's something about they were bigger than real life to me. You saw Lanny Poffo come out, and he would throw frisbees, and I remember always saying to myself, like, damn, like I always wanted one of those. And then I got to meet him a couple years ago, and I was just like,
getting frisbees on you.
Influence you made in my life.
And see, that's great, because you wouldn't think, looking at your style and things like that, and you're known for being you're a big man. You're not going around eating turnbuckles and things like that. You're popping guys' heads off. See you be a fan of something like that really does turn it around and show that you are a wrestling fan, and not so much a wrestler turned it's from athlete to, because you got to be an athlete to be a wrestler in the first place. But I've never really cared much for people who didn't have respect for the business. And that was something that seemed like, now as a fan, you have respect for the business and you treat the business right, and you take care of kayfabe and things like that.
Do you feel that your back and chest hair was never on the level of George the Animal Steel?
Well, I don't know, Bishop, because for a while there, I was letting myself go, man. I had the big mutton chops, the big belly. I was 350, had a big old belly, big old furry.
I didn't want to bring that up. I remember you coming back after a while. You were gone for a little bit and come back, and I was like, "Whoa, this guy Konnor has been hitting the donuts or something." My God, somebody's been hitting this boy.
The funniest thing about that is that me and Eric Rome would always travel together, so I always felt bad for the rental car that we would drive in.
When you won, you guys were the longest reigning tag team champions in NXT, and y'all wrestled against tons of great tag teams, and everybody knew you guys were destined for big things once you went up to the main roster. It was just the way it was. Yeah. Jokes on everybody. You made your debut. You guys wrestled against, I think it was Miz and Mizdow on Raw on your debut. You went in there, you did your thing and looked great. After that, you had another match on SmackDown against some jobbers. I don't know who, local talent. What happened from that point to when the Raw reunion happened and they brought you guys out and then let everybody hit their finisher on you, from old man Layfield sitting behind the desk talking crap about you guys to, you had Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, X-Pac in there, and Road Dogg even rolled out Ron Simmons. So what happened between then and when you guys left NXT that sent things basically on a careening path of questions more than anything?
Yeah, it's just two different monsters. That's the best way I can put it. I think anybody that comes out of there has certain expectations. And I think during that time too, I want to say we might've been one of the first moved up from there I want to say that NXT version. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe it was just one of those deals where, there wasn't a lot put into it. I think it was 3 promos debut, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did 3 promos coming up before y'all debuted.
Yeah. So, you get 3 to 4 minutes. You just do the best you can with what you can. A lot of people are, I've seen it, people are just kind of like, oh, they suck, or they're just like, man, they got squashed in 3-4 minutes. But honest to God, that's not up to us. Like, we never wanted it to be like that. That wasn't, what we thought, or the fans or whoever followed us and, believed in us thought. It just was what it was, But I could be bitter. I don't want to be bitter, because there was a lot of good things that came out of being with that company for 13 years. So I try to make sure to keep myself humble in that aspect. And to go to that certain question too, it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about earlier, being a fan. I didn't even really look at it like that, because I'm more into, man, I'm sharing the ring with these stars. Like, this is a privilege, so I didn't really look into that aspect of, oh man, they're burying us or anything like that. I actually looked at it as they're trusting us to be in there with those guys.
And that's a good way to look at it, because I thought maybe this is a way that we're going to get some real hot, white hot heat on these guys because they're coming out doing this.
Yeah.
And and then the crowd just turned on you guys, even not even in that way. And that really was, I hated that, because you guys were so good in NXT. Yeah. Everything you did, it was perfect. Everything, the way they treated you guys. And when you're in NXT, you're working more with Triple H and those guys than you are with Vince, right?
Correct. Yeah.
How many writers?
A lot more say so up on that main roster with one person,
Right.
As collectively, when we were down in NXT, we had the support of, Hunter. We had the support of Bill DeMott, and all the coaches that were down there, not to mention the talent too. So it just kind of was what it was. I try not to dread on it, because like I said, a lot of great things came out of it.
You're part of the best brand there was at that time too. NXT was the best.
That was awesome.
By far.
There was a lot of fun. That was such a good locker room too.
Who can say they were in Finn Balor's first match in NXT when he debuted? Well, Hideo Itami.
That was a lot of fun, man. So, like, really quick with that story was that we got to work those two with Drake as our referee, which is amazing. I think we did a program with them for about 6 months, I want to say, doing what they called the Coconut Loops, which is live events in Florida.
Right.
So, we tore the house down. It was just so much fun. And, we would go 20, 25 minutes. Sometimes we'd get yelled at for going too long, but if the crowd's feeling it, you just have fun with it. So that was probably one of the best times I ever had, was working those two.
I saw a show and it was in Orlando, but it was like an armory basically there in Orlando
National Guard Armory.
Yeah, I was in that. I went to a show there, and there was 2 rows, front row, second row. That was it. And then you had a few people by the entranceway and over to the side. And it was probably one of the best shows I've ever been to. Way better than any big arena show basically I've ever been to. Because you could just feel it. It was right before WrestleMania too. It was, from there it was heading to WrestleMania, and it was Finn was going to take on Samoa Joe. And that was such a good show, NXT show, and everybody came out beforehand. You got to meet people.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it was such a more friendly brand. I mean, I didn't have to spend $300 to get front row. I think I spent $20 for the ticket. You know, you had everybody. The Revival was on there, American Alpha, Finn. I mean, it was great. Oscar even came out.
Those were all great guys too, man. It was like so you basically saw the foundation of when it was all starting, for the most part. And so that was when I feel like it was more intimate with the fans. You could really get to know, the performers could get to know the fans and vice versa, as opposed to going to the main roster where it's just, okay, on to the next town, on to the next town, on to the next town. You don't have time to really talk, digest anything. You just got to go, and that's what you're paid to do. You're paid to go. So again, by no means am I mocking or saying that it was a bad thing. It just it's 2 different beasts. Like I was saying before, it's just hustle up on the main roster. In NXT, you got to hustle, but it's a little bit more intimate with the fans, and you can get to know them and build that rapport. And, it's special.
I mean, you got to do something that 99% of wrestlers don't get to do. You were in, the big show there. You were there. You got to be a part of it, part of the magic that is, WrestleMania and things like that going on, and all these pay-per-views. It's amazing. And I'm sure you made a good living once you got up to there. So you got security for your family. You can't really complain about any of those things. What happened while you were there, because you accomplished a lot. You learned a lot, and I'm sure you made a lot of friends. You were on the road. You never did do one of those drive-alongs, did you? The ride-alongs?
No. So like with a lot of that stuff, other than that damn show, what was it called? They tried to put us on, and it was like the guy was going to beat the girl or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? Prank? No, was it pranked?
It was something like
that.
that.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was like some kind of thing with, it was so stupid.
It was just one of those things, and but you get to really meet these guys. You bond with them, and you just have such a great time. And I think that's the one thing you do miss when your time is up. It's like you miss the road trips, the stories, the staying over their houses if you're in their town. The family, so everyone kind of knows everybody. So I remember when I first started, it seemed like such a big world, but then when you get there, it's not really that big. Everyone kind of really does know everybody. Even on the indies, it's like everyone does know everybody for the most part.
So who's the best person to ride with?
I like Roro, Big Eric Rowan, and I like Heath Slater. Heath Slater, and Rhino used to ride together. I really enjoyed that. Roro was a lot of fun because I would yell at him, Rowan, and he'd yell at me. We were like 2 bickering old ladies.
And that's another guy who really, on his way out, he got something stupid too. He had to do that stupid spider thing. That was the dumbest. That doesn't make any sense. Who is riding over there? I know they say they got a bevy of riders that are constantly coming and going out of there.
Yeah.
Why do you need all that? You need just like 2 or 3 really good. Let Paul Heyman do some riding and let him get things in the right way, because it's awful. I mean, basically, I know you guys didn't see it. He walked around with this case.
Oh, we saw it. Trust me.
Months and months.
Me and Big made sure to text him when we were watching.
He pulls out a fake spider, like something you got from the dollar store. I mean, this thing doesn't even look legit at all. It's just garbage. And I was like, this is what we were here for? This is why this whole build up.
It's like, what's going to happen? What is it? And then, what in the hell did I just witness?
Do you feel like WWE had way too much talent they'd gotten way too many guys on the boat, and the boat started sinking because they had too many people on the boat, and you had to say, okay, we're going to save this guy and this guy. We're going to have to let these ones drown. Even though I liked them, we're going to let them drown because we've got too many people on the boat.
I mean, you're looking at what, a 3-hour show, and you've got 80, 90 talents sitting in the back, and, collectively, for the most part, as you guys know, when you watch it, most of those shows are only based around certain talents.
Right.
So
whatever the storyline that's going at that point, that's what you're going to have on television.
So the 5 or 6 people that show is based on, you're still, you're going to be able to push maybe a few more guys in there. So, a lot of guys, they sit in the back and, it's very, like we always watch everybody's stuff, and we always, put the guys over and stuff like that, but it can be frustrating at times, especially when ultimately, where you always wanted to go. You're there. It's your dream, and you just gotta, it's just not in your hands like how it used to be, and it just kind of is what it is,
Macho Man, did you want to say something over there? I see you rubbing your chin.
I just want to say that I'm a huge fan, brother. I'm a huge fan of you, Konnor, and I'm so glad you're a huge fan of my brother. The Frisbee idea was my idea. I said, hey, Lenny, go out there, man. Throw some Frisbees. And I agree 100%. When I was with the company, we used to call that the Titanic, because we'd all be sitting back there. There's too many people. There is too many people. The missing link does not need to be back here, brother.
Oh, and they missed so many opportunities. I mean, there were so many things they could. The one thing they did do right with you guys, by the way, was getting you guys in with Brizongo, was doing those skits where you guys were in the back. Those were by far the best thing they did do with you guys. It showed a whole nother side of you guys that, you could be funny. You could be, if they wanted to turn your face, they could turn your face very easily.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I mean, I know for a fact we're having an amazing time with that. Well, which one was it? Was there was one that when we first did it, we looked at it and we're like, oh man, we're going down. This is the one. This is the one. This is the sinking ship right here. And it actually was the one that took off, and it made mainstream news, which I was like, what? How? What? So then it just started turning into what it became, and it started getting over. It did. It really did. And at least the fans liked it because it was something different, and then it got pulled.
All right. Here's a question for you. I know everybody's going to know this. Who is the mystery hacker person that you keep seeing on SmackDown, and you only see the back of their head, and the truth is coming, and the truth is coming? Who do you think that is, by the way? There's a ton of speculation online. It should be Mustafa Ali, since it's his hand, little light you keep seeing, but it doesn't seem like that's the way they're going, because, I mean, that's too obvious. Is it CM Punk coming back? Who is it?
No. Well, then that would spoil the surprise, right? Like, you want it to be entertaining.
Of course.
So, honestly, you just never know, because, let's use
Changes.
Raw, for instance. We were all excited about the cage.
Yeah.
Right? And then that happened, and it's like, oh, dear. So who knows? I don't know. I really don't.
It changes. It can change from what it is now to something else later. Correct?
Oh boy.
Oh, hold on.
Oh God.
Oh dear God.
Somebody who's been on our show a million times. The American Dream Dusty Rhodes right there.
Konnor, baby. Listen, Konnor.
What up, Coach?
Oh, baby. It's so good to see you. You're looking good, baby.
Oh, thanks,
I'm so
man.
glad. I said, listen, boys, if you have Konnor on tonight, you gotta link me in, baby. You gotta link me in. You're looking good. Hey, earlier the guys were talking about hot dogs. What's your favorite topping on a hot dog? We never talked about that, Daddy.
You gotta go chili.
Oh, chili, baby. Hey, listen, you ever go crazy, baby, and you go chili and pimento cheese? Oh, what you talk about? What you talk about, baby?
That's a listen. I'm gonna have to try that one.
Connor's, he's still in the realm of the business. But listen, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag. Mikey, to your question, it's a man by the name of Magnum TA.
Magnum TA.
Yeah,
Oh,
Magnum
my
TA, baby. Yeah. Coming back.
I'll call you back. Yes.
No, he's coming back. Don't call me
he's
back.
coming back.
Listen,
Call
Mikey.
me back.
I thought you would call me back.
No, Konnor can call me, baby. But listen, you don't call me back. My wife,
I know.
she said, listen, the phone's going off. Who is that? I said, that's that damn Mikey Mayhem again, baby. I'm going to block him on my phone calls. Okay, I just want to ask that. I'll see you later. Konnor, text me, okay?
Thank you.
We've had Dusty doing segments for us for
I'm getting concerned.
15 years. 15.
I'm wondering how much drugs he's on.
A relapse.
He's had a relapse. He just got tested. Don't worry. So, question: when you guys are on the road, are you guys having to pay out of pocket for hotel rooms and tickets and car? I know rental cars and things like that you do have to pay for, I guess. But are you out of pocket for everything?
No, not everything. For like live events and stuff like that, you would pay out of pocket. Which, I mean, honestly, like you need tax write-offs anyways. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it really did work out. It was like it weighed itself out.
I guess that's good because I've always wondered. I was like, man, I hope these guys aren't coming out of pocket for every single thing.
Did you go crazy like in Mick Foley's book? He said that Big Van Vader would always get a Cadillac. Would you go the Cadillac route whenever you're renting a car? Or would you get like a Prius?
Oh man, if I was with Rowan, it'd have to be a Prius.
Oh, okay. Just so it's nice and comfortable, right?
Oh yeah. No, you'd always want to usually get like a bigger car if you could. I mean, half the damn time, like you would go anyways, and those things would be damn near be sold out. So it's like you just get what you can get. You know, for the most part, it worked out. But sometimes you'd be sitting there waiting for that car. So.
Okay, so I see we have a question now. As far as movies that are portraying wrestling, what is the best wrestling portrayed movie? Like, would it be Ready to Rumble or something like that? What would you say? The Wrestler.
Yeah, you know what? I think as far as the independent scene goes, I like The Wrestler. I think that portrays like the guy that is always in the grind and he's trying to have that moment. I think that's a really that's spot on. I don't know about living in your car all the time, but I really did like The Wrestler. Ready to Rumble was really cool, just because both
it had everybody. Yeah, had everybody's in those movies. And the one thing I've also seen, WWE had their own studio. Were you ever pitched a movie like, Konnor, we want you to be a bad guy in this movie and this, that, and the other? Did you ever get a pitch like that?
No, I don't think so. No movies for this ugly face.
Well, they did put Rusev in the movie, so I mean, there's room for everybody to work in the film. So if he's in a movie, anybody could be in a movie. Now, with the state of things right now, with the whole virus thing going on, and the way wrestling is on television with no crowds, how difficult would that be to work in that environment? I mean, that's got to be like impossible almost.
Well, I don't really think not everything's. I got asked this question not too long ago, and I commend the boys for that, because a lot of those wrestlers, they live off the adrenaline rush from the fans, the energy and stuff like that, and that's not there. So it's man, it's tough. I didn't have to go through that, so I don't know what that's like. And honestly, I'm kind of grateful that I didn't have to go through that, because that's tough, because you were always taught to listen to the crowd, and you always want to hear the interactions and things like that. And right now it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's odd. You know what I mean? It still feels odd to me, but I mean, it's better than nothing, So I just give the props to the boys for that.
And it's definitely one of those weird things. So now that you're out of the WWE, what's next? You heading to AEW? We're going to see a New Japan, Ring of Honor. What's up for you guys?
Yeah, I'm up for just about anything. Right now, there's been a few offers on the table. Man, this pandemic's been a real pain in the ass, right?
I bet.
Yeah, it's really slowed a lot of things down, hurt a lot of people financially. It just hasn't been good to nobody. So, I still stay in touch with some of the people, just kind of making sure that, things are kind of working itself out. But man, this thing really sucks, man. I mean, it really sucks.
It's not good for business.
It's not good for anybody.
Any business.
And Knox,
Any
congratulations on getting your pay, man. You know what I mean?
Right?
Yeah. Congratulations.
I tell you what.
There's a lot of people that can't get that shit. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if
It's true.
I swear.
No,
You're
no,
fine.
exactly.
It's. I mean, this is brutal.
It's tough. And Knox lives now. Let me give you a quick rundown. Knox works for a prestigious education of higher learning, and he gets to live at the place. So he's got room and board, no problem. It's just they don't have any students there or any teaching to go on. So he's kind of in a little bit of a bind with that.
I work at a boarding school in New England, and yeah, we've had the same 30-something kids here. They all can't go home. You know, they've been stuck. They couldn't go home for spring break, and they've been here since spring break. So it's been sad.
Horrible.
Yeah. These are people from all over the world.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's got to be scary, right? When you think about it, it's like, I mean, nobody really understands what's happening, and now you got no source of income. You're just kind of stuck, you know?
Yeah. You're in a bind. Well, hopefully you'll get something going. You'll be in one of these companies real soon, because a lot of great things are happening. There's actually places for you to go work that there wouldn't have been years ago. A few years back, there'd been nowhere.
I've been talking, you know, like I was telling some of the students, like, I don't think they understand how good it is now compared to back then, because back then you had two options, you know, and that was, you know, TNA at the time, and it was WWE, and that was it. That was all you had. Now there's so much opportunity out there that it's just like, I'm still learning I'm learning how to adjust to this scenario, because there's so much, and it's a really good thing. Now, I don't know how much this is going to affect us coming out of this whole situation that we're all in, because I mean, are people going to be able to afford to pay for, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out once this is all done, hopefully.
Well, same with, we don't even know if we're going to be able to have large crowds, you know, how long? You don't even know that.
It's crazy. Yeah. They don't have a timetable, nothing. So it's been a bummer, man.
Yeah. And something I wanted to bring up right here at the end of things we're going to talk about. You had got it with me a little bit earlier, and you were wanting to basically let everybody know about a shirt that's being sold over at collarxelbow.com for Shad. If people don't know who Shad is, if you've seen anything in the news, he was part of Crime Time. He had been out at the beach with his son. They were all, him and a group of other people were all basically caught in a riptide kind of thing, which we all know from living here at the beach with us. He was a hero to tell them that, look, don't worry about me, you know, get my son. And because of that, he did lose his life, which is, it's awful no matter what, but for a father, you know, to lose his life and his children to be there, and his wife was there. But they're doing something really cool over at Collar and Elbow. They have a tribute basically shirt, and all the money is going to go to his family. This is money that's going to go directly to him. And there's also, if you say you don't want a t-shirt, or you don't have the money for the t-shirt, and you just want to give a little something, they even have it set up where you can email them for their PayPal, which I'm going to put links to everything in the YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. So you guys, if you feel like, you know, it's touched your heart in a way that you want to help out his family, you can do so. And I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it in this really tough time.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And Konnor, I know you have t-shirts and stuff over there at
I'm not worried about my stuff. Yeah. I'm more, this isn't about, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I think right now the whole wrestling world's been rocked really hard. And this has been a hard 48 hours, I think, with a lot of us. We've all had a good connection with him in some formal way. There hasn't been one bad thing about anything they've said about him. And that's because he was a great fucking human being, man.
All right.
He really was. And he was a great father. And it's just so damn sad, you know? And I know that we talked a little bit about this with being a father and, you know, having children like this, even if you're not a wrestling fan, an avid wrestling fan, like this one hit, you know what I mean? This one hits hard. So yeah, thank you for putting that up there. I mean, anything helps, especially for his family, and such a great human being.
Yeah, I've heard nothing. No one has had one bad thing to say about him. Nothing. I mean, nothing has come out. And if you see any video of him and MVP, I believe they were watching Kofi win the title. And man, the emotion that ran through this man, he really cared. You could tell he cared about things legitimately. And it wasn't something he put on. It was, a father, a husband, a son. He was all those things. And he's going to be missed by a lot of people. It's going to be tough. It's going to take a little bit of time.
Yep.
But Konnor, man, I tell you what, I could sit here and talk to you for hours, and you would hate me. You would hate me.
Next time if I come on, I need George the Animal Steel. Bishop, you think we can make that happen?
Listen, I'll pull some strings. I'll see what I can do, and we'll try to get George the Animal Steel.
Fair enough.
We're definitely going to have you on again because I know you got some stories in you. Next week, we got Gangrel on. Do you know a story about Gangrel? That was something we can ask him.
Really quick, me and Dave trained together. We started in the same school, Rusty Brooks's backyard. That's a little piece of information for you to know. We actually started in the same school. Yeah.
Wow. In a backyard.
Interesting. Ask him all about it. It's great. Yeah.
We'll bring it up. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Hopefully, as things get better and we can see you on television a little more. And you know what? Even if you never wrestle another day, you're welcome on this show anytime. You're my friend now. Man. You're my friend. We are friends.
Whether you like it or not.
Best friends?
I don't know about best friends, but we'll put it damn close, baby.
They was like peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots.
So, Konnor, we're going to have you on again. I'm going to pitch an idea for a show, me and you on YouTube, by the way. I'm going to hit you up with that.
Really, really nasty or what? Like, what kind of...
we're going to do some stuff together, me and you. I have a feeling we both like same kind of music, I think. Maybe we can do a music show.
And this is why I asked the question right off the bat.
And then things got creepy.
You waited until the end to get creepy.
I waited till the end to creep him out. He just blocked me. Oh my God! Look, he just blocked me.
On this episode of Konnor and Mikey, the guys ride go-karts and go ultimate frisbee.
Yeah, and they stopped to get a snow cone.
That's right. We're going to do it all
because
they share a snow cone.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We really do appreciate
you guys
it.
for having me. Thank
anytime.
You so much.
Yes,
awesome,
anytime.
Man.
Absolutely.
Take care. Thanks again.
Thank you. Take care, gentlemen.
No problem, brother. Look at that. My man Konnor coming through. My man Konnor right there.
And hit those, even though they're up on the screen, hit that one more time if we want to.
Absolutely. This money's going to be going to Shad's family. I know it's been a big story in the news the past couple of days, and we had unfortunate news this morning. This money goes to his family. Even if you don't want to buy a T-shirt or anything like that, you just want to contribute, you can go right to that link right there at their Gmail, through the PayPal, and just leave a message that's for Shad's family. All the money goes directly to them. They also have a really cool T-shirt if you want one as a tribute to him. Raise your glass.
Thank you, Mike.
Awesome. God.
Nicely done.
Well, thanks again to him for joining us.
How great was that? Right?
That was very good. Very cool to talk to him.
I'm so glad you guys had lots to say.
Well, listen, it was hard to jump in there. You guys were, you were flowing.
Plus, didn't we kind of get a warning beginning of the week?
Yeah. Yes. I was going to say, you totally made it clear that I wasn't allowed to speak at all for this entire show, pretty much.
I'm pretty sure my words were, when Konnor comes on, I'm going to spin gold.
No, I think you said, nobody say a GD word.
Basically.
He is my friend. He is my friend.
We're
going to have a sleepover.
That's right.
Well, that was fun. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. We haven't done an interview like that in a very long time, so it was very nice to do.
Got on the mailbag yet?
No, we haven't, but we are right now.
Oh,
nice.
I'm off the rest of the night.
Enjoy.
Honey, can you take your dog out, please? She's going crazy since it
By the way,
the last
you're yelling at her an awful lot tonight.
Yeah.
Who was asleep?
I just asked her if she could take the dog out.
Did y'all hear somebody breathing like this?
I didn't. I heard crickets of some sort or something.
I heard crickets too.
Yeah. I heard someone breathing a little bit too, but it was totally fine. It was totally fine.
That was probably me. I was trying to not say anything. I just sat here on my hands and did nothing. I didn't even ask any questions when I thought of them. I just sat here and was like, I'm not going to say anything.
I can't believe you didn't get some food delivered in that amount of time and sit there and eat the entire thing. That's what I was waiting for.
That's what I was. Just leaves. Never comes back.
But Creed has been yelling at his girlfriend / fiance quite a bit.
She even said so. She said, "Stop yelling at me." You guys missed that one backstage.
Did y'all hear her sobbing in the background earlier?
Yes,
tremendous.
You're being dramatic.
Plus, my allergies are bad right now too. That's why I'm breathing kind of weird.
Why?
Hot dog boy. By the way, what's on that hot dog? What's that green stuff?
Yeah, what is that? The green stuff, Creed. This is Creed's hot dog from earlier.
That's the
Christmas
the stuff from Chicago. It's relish. It's like neon green.
Ribbon candies.
I have some up here. Hold on.
Hey, so
the green jelly on the hot dog.
Look up in the thing and show them what that is.
That's relish.
Yeah, right up there.
Interesting.
It's the yeah, you've never seen that? It's a oh yeah, there it is. And I was so pissed though. The egg rolls are usually pretty good, but it was stone cold.
Oh, I hate that.
What is the crunchy on there?
Looks like onions. Are those onions? Fried onions?
Ooh.
Do you think he took an egg roll and put an egg roll on top of a hot dog? Is he a total fat ass?
I think so. I think you might be right. Put an egg roll in a hot dog.
He just took an egg roll and took a hot dog.
I never touched it. Is that are those the ones that are on the rollers? The egg rolls that are on the roller with next to that? Yeah, forget those things, man.
Oh, a roller dog? My goodness, dude.
Yeah,
no, he said the egg rolls. The egg rolls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the egg roll was stone cold. It was really disappointing.
I'm sorry about that.
What it is. Oh well. Oh well.
Is that a sausage dog or a hot dog? Trade secret. You don't want to let it out.
No, I just
I don't know if I want to talk about that.
No, I don't remember, to be honest with you. I usually get
Mega Man.
What's that?
What is that?
Ooh.
Chicago's relish.
Vienna brand.
Is that the green relish we're looking at?
Yeah, it's like neon. I can't get it. Jesus.
Is there something special about it?
I'm not sure really what I really don't know what it is. It tastes really good though.
Hold on. You bring your own condiments to the
No, they have it there. I have some in the cupboard.
Here come
we
that
eat a lot
fat
of hot
ass.
dogs here.
Here come that fat ass with that jar relish again.
I know, girl. I walk into a gas station with my own relish.
Yeah. You have 6 fanny packs on full of condiments.
Yeah.
You got a slaw one. You got a sauerkraut one at body temperature because no one wants cold coleslaw. I mean cold sauerkraut. You got relish. You got your tumbleweeds up there that you put on top. That's way too nice of a hot dog.
You can't see it, but celery salt on there too, and mayonnaise in the roll. You know,
look,
before I even put the hot dog on there.
Most of the time, hold on, I'm talking. He come in here the other day. I saw him outside leaning against the gas pump eating it. He didn't even take that Bronco out of his mouth before he took a big old bite. He had the cigarette in his mouth while he chewed. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
No way.
And he was scratching a scratcher too.
He had some girl with him.
He wanted to say more, but he stopped. Did you notice that?
I did.
He
Self-contained.
filtered himself on that one, didn't he?
Rolled away from the camera.
You got some mail. Mailbag!
I got mail. Yay! I got mail.
Yay. Thank you, Special Ed. And as always, if you want to get in on the mailbag, we make it pretty easy. Just get up with us anywhere or CB Show email at gmail.com. You can get a hold of us that way as well. But seriously, contact any of us. If you ever got questions, comments, or concerns, let us know. We start with butt itching, by the way.
Who's butt itching?
Your butt itching? Remember last week we started out with that, and it looks like we've got another piece of the mailbag that has to do with butt itching. It says, "Hey guys,
hi."
Okay, look, starting last night after listening to your show, my butt kept itching. An annoying feeling, like my butt skin was crawling. The inside part of it, that is.
Pinworms.
It started right back today, still going on right now. I've recently been told on another question that it might be pinworms. My mom says she's taking me to the doctor sometime this week. But again, it may be caused from me putting right guard deodorant in that area.
What?
Right guard.
Says it does work.
I knew someone that had, I guess it's kind of the same thing, right? But someone that had jock itch really bad, but instead of using jock itch, they used athlete's foot spray.
You can use yeast infection stuff too for that.
Oh,
so is that like the spray? They're using right guard spray, or
that's
like
what I was going to ask. Is it a
Sounds like
stick
they're
or
using
spray?
Stick, and there's aluminum in that. It's clogging the pores up really bad.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
Peeling badly.
I also use Old Spice Endurance body wash.
What?
Faith, go on.
Just on the area?
It does not specify.
With a loofah or without a loofah?
Says going to take a bath now with ivory soap to see if this stops. Knox, please give me advice and help your experiences. All the above would be appreciated. That was all in caps, so I had to speak up on that one.
Nice.
Dr. Knox?
Well, like I said last week, and I mentioned again just a few seconds ago, I think that pinworms are a distinct possibility as to what's causing the problem right now. My question would be also, do you share a loofah in that household? And if you are sharing a loofah, you shouldn't be jackhammering away back there. You should probably get your own.
Is sharing of loofahs really bad?
I don't. You know what? Back when I was a domesticated Knox, I used one of my would have been stepdaughter's loofahs to scrub really good down there, and
to teach her a lesson.
It really upset their mother. I didn't know it was a thing. I'm like, I don't know. I just grabbed a loofah.
It's like,
but we should all have our own loofahs. She's like, basically she didn't want all my schmutz from down there getting on her kid's face or going anywhere else for that matter. So
small steps away from sharing a toothbrush.
I have a hairy behind. I often have a couple hanger-oners down there.
Oh my god!
And the thing is,
dear Lord,
when you have to, when you're trying to keep things clean down there, you tend to have some itching. So keep clean down there. Get yourself a bidet if you can, and watch out for pinworms.
I think a lot of people wish that they had bidets now. After everything that's happened.
Does it have cold or hot water?
Bishop didn't come out of the room at the Days Inn in New Jersey that we stayed at because his room had a bidet.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was very enjoyable. It was.
Did it shoot warm water?
Yeah, warm, cold, didn't matter. Any way I wanted it, and it was good.
It delivered.
Any way I wanted it, I got it. It was good. So
that was from Roger in the UK. Good luck with your itchy butt.
Does everyone in this group, in this AA group, use a loofah?
Yes.
You use a loofah?
No.
Clay?
I do. Yep.
What do you use, Creed?
Knox, did you take all the loofahs from your ex-girlfriend's house and use them?
No, I actually think that I might have. No, I picked one up here. Okay. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you use, I do not. I use ivory soap, ironically enough, as
just
same
a bar
as
of soap on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I go Dove.
Enough.
Yeah, I go Dove, and I do the same thing.
Bare hand.
Scrubbing it.
I mean,
scrubbing it good.
Is a bar of soap not good enough? Is that what you're telling me? Or?
I'm a shower gel guy.
A loofah, though, I've used bar of soap and like shower gel, but a loofah gets a good, sud. It suds up really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was. You know what I was, and I haven't gotten it in a while, but Old Spice does have a. No, but Bishop did a long time ago to masturbate.
I was 5.
Whoa.
Yeah. We'll move right on from that. Old Spice did make a body wash that I got a couple of times, and the thing that I loved about it, it felt as when it sprayed out of the can, it was almost like it was shaving cream, like it was that consistency. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I of course never paid full retail for it because I get it in
like
my
a shower mousse.
Right.
Anyways, onward with the mailbag again. CB show email at gmail.com. CMB, what's up?
Hi.
What's up?
Hello.
Mikey is the worst game show host ever. Please, no more! Exclamation point. Stick to dick jokes. Thanks. Love you guys. That from Beth in Atlantic Beach.
Wow.
Big fan.
Look here, baby.
Oh, here we go. He's going to defend himself.
I don't know if you just watched this 35-minute interview I just nailed down.
Well, maybe a game show hosting. Listen, like Pat Sajak. Pat Sajak was a great game show host, but you know he never really took off as a late night guy. So maybe maybe your thing is 34-minute interviews, but maybe your thing is not game shows.
47.
Mm-hmm.
It was 47 minutes.
That's a master class, by the way. Master class. Oh, hello, Dave Scott. Word.
What's going on, mate?
Hey,
what's going on, mate?
I think last time that I played that, he said that's not him.
That is him.
That is not me.
What's going on, mate?
100%.
Is that some sort of an imposter? Is that what you're saying? All right. Next up on tonight's mailbag. Fellas.
Hello.
Is it weird that I enjoy fighting with my girlfriend?
Signed, Creed. Is it weird that what does it go in? Is that it, or is there more?
No, he says we love each other a lot, and we're the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we fight so much. Sometimes it's my fault. Sometimes it's hers. Every time we fight, I just like it. I know it sounds weird, but is anyone else like that? I guess I like it because when we make up, it's just that much better. Any thoughts? That from Kay in Virginia.
It's that much. Oh, it's so good when we make up.
So
She
likes fighting. He likes fighting with her, or she likes fighting with him. Which one?
He likes fighting with her. You don't know what she likes. Maybe she cries herself to sleep because he's such an a-hole.
Good. That's awful, though, by the way.
Well, Mikey, instantly you go to like Lifetime Movie Network fighting, like, you know, he's throwing her down the stairs. Maybe it's just a disagreement.
Argument.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe.
Like, you know, like he told Mr. Pink, you know,
It's my way or the highway. What's it going to be, Mr. Pink?
What is going on with these animals tonight?
They're just having a good time.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's fine. Maybe the fighting is more ultimate surrender style, you know, mutual fighting followed by sex. So
yeah, well, if it
with
works,
the animals or with the guy, who are we talking about?
With who we're talking about, Kay in Virginia. Yeah, so I would imagine I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that you want to start fights and you want makeup sex, and that's your thing. That's kind of your camp.
If it works for the both of you and no one's getting hurt, we're not here to judge. Whatever works for you, number one.
Yeah, just don't make it so it hurts the relationship.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Who, speaking of fighting, who would win in a fight, Space Ghost or Birdman? That from Lord Have Mercy from Instagram, from the gram.
Lord
Who
have
would win in
mercy.
a fight, Space Ghost or Birdman? Is Birdman the rapper, or is this some sort of a nerdy thing? Which one are we talking
the
about?
cartoon or like
The cartoon.
Michael Keaton?
Oh, there is a cartoon.
Birdman. That was also
Yeah, I like that one
Birdman.
too.
I do
Who would
too.
win, Birdman or the founder?
Yes.
Or Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
Or the
And
guy
how do
from
you
Multiplicity?
spell Beetlejuice correctly?
If you're spelling it like the Beetlejuice for the movie, or if you're making your own juice from the bug.
No.
There's a weird spelling that has like a J-E.
Like a Geist, like
Yes.
G-U-I-S-E.
Yeah, it's
U.S. right.
Beetlegeist.
isn't Beetlejuice a star?
Yeah.
Like a constellation or something like that?
Could be.
Something like that.
I'm pretty sure. Anyways, who would win in a fight, Birdman or Space Ghost? Well, we got to think how they get their powers. Birdman gets his powers from
Hey
the
guys,
sun.
who am I?
Let's see.
You're not.
Slowly sinking down into the floor.
My back is killing me. I'm sorry. The 47-minute interview did in my neck.
Sorry.
All right.
I had to hold this position the whole time. It was a little painful.
Poor thing.
Fort Knox.
Mikey was
Poor
before,
Knox.
before the interview was like, and also he has one request. Konnor says he wants everyone to have proper posture, if that could be possible. Knox is like,
How can this happen?
Who would
Space
win,
Ghost.
Space Ghost or Birdman? Space Ghost?
So Birdman
Space
gets his
Ghost.
powers from the sun, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So the Space Ghost just has powers. Does he get his powers from the sun,
No.
or does he get it from space?
No.
Where does he get his powers? Who
Isn't
gave him
he
his powers?
The rapper
It's got something to
Birdman
do
you
with-
speak of?
an outfit? It's like a ring or something. He's got something.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all agreeing that it would be Space
Space
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah.
For
You got
sure.
to get it where you can get it, no matter what it is.
There you go. Space Ghost.
Yeah,
Don't ask me
Space Ghost
why.
would win in a fight.
Absolutely.
And also, he would be better than Mikey at game show hosting.
Right, for
Yeah.
sure.
CB Radio Show. Heard the older man looking for sage advice last week. Now it's my turn. What is he talking about? Sage advice?
I'm not sure. Are you talking about the guy with the airplane and the babysitter?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, one with the small plane.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay. Now it's my turn. How do you approach older women?
Ooh.
I am 27 and beginning to like older women. Can anyone give me the skills and tricks, the do's and don'ts? That is from Paul in Nepal. Rhymes. He's a poet and didn't even know.
Nice.
So
he wants some cougars.
You ever been cougar hunting, dude?
Tell them
Yeah,
you
Knox,
like
have
their.
have you ever
Tell them
been,
you like their fupa.
Is that what it takes? Knox gets
you
laid
know,
a lot if he couldn't tell.
My oldest, I'm trying to think of what my biggest age gap was. When I was 26, 27,
Okay.
I hooked up with a woman that was 53.
53?
Yeah.
Call her mom?
No, but she called me a lot of things.
Ooh.
Okay, well, how
Heyo.
old? What was the age gap?
What was her age?
I was
53.
27. She was 53.
Okay. That's a big gap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26 years.
Literally. Wow,
She was broken inside though. I mean, the thing is, if you really want to get, I'm not saying like
Emotionally
she,
or physically, like
I don't mean like broken, like she had a
broken in,
prolapse, like a
broken down.
prolapsed V area. I'm saying
Yeah,
that
sure.
like emotionally broken. So I would
Okay.
think if you really want to be successful trying to find an older person and you're in your 20s, or late 20s, you got to find one who's really broken emotionally.
Sure.
Is that it?
Wow.
That's great.
That's a
I
fact.
would say this is what I would say.
You're not going to date them.
Most older women are not looking for younger men for relationships. They're looking for hookups. They're looking for fun. So if you're looking for a relationship, don't go looking for an older woman because
Nick, help
she's
us
just
out
gonna
here. How do you go?
break
How do
your
you go
heart.
after the Cougars? Tell me.
It doesn't
We
appear to
need
be
to
a
know.
cougar he's got on him now.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he goes for Cougars either. I'm trying to think. Any of us? Not well. I mean, Big Clay has had a Cougar. Has he not? Was she a Cougar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would be.
I would
definitely-
say she was in her early to mid 40s, and I was 21 at the time. If we're talking about the same,
supple.
Yes.
Same girl there.
Yes.
Yep.
Pretty
So
sure we all are.
big gap. Yep.
I mean,
Nice.
I don't know why you couldn't like just online. I mean,
Meet a woman online, an older lady.
yeah.
Well, that's because
a
they're.
thing that happens.
Yeah, but you gotta. It's a lot of work. I don't know. I mean,
It is a lot of work.
how is it? You got to remember he's in Nepal too. So
Cougars have
Oh.
been alive for a long time.
Really?
You're in your 20s. They got a number of years on you, a lot more experience.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that you didn't, in your heyday, Knox, go after more Cougars.
No,
than
I
you
did. I had a handful of them.
Wow,
Literally.
I had 3. I think 3
Were they
total.
not- Were they not broken enough? Or?
No, they were broken
They
enough.
were when they were-
I mean,
when he was done
divorced.
with them, they
They're all
were. Don't
divorced. They one had a beach house. Had a good time with her. A lot of drinking down there, and the other one, 13th stepped me. Remember, you guys actually met her. I think 13th stepping is when you're in a recovery program and a 12-step program, and then somebody comes along and takes advantage of your vulnerability when you're new.
That
So,
lady.
like, hold on.
I thought it was your grandmother.
12 step.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
okay.
That she,
You're gonna go there. Oh yeah, no. No.
What do
Same
you
time,
mean that
same
she
era.
took? What do you mean that she took advantage of your vulnerabilities?
Well, they say not to
my
date for like a
vulnerability.
year,
I wasn't
especially
vulnerable.
in
I'm just saying that, like,
program, right?
typically,
Oh, okay.
if you're in a 12-step program and you're new,
Yeah.
if somebody who's been in it for a while comes along and scoops you up and sleeps with you, that's called a 13th step. That's what they call it.
It's like
It's
prison,
very
yeah.
bad. It's kind of sleazy. But I had a woman do that to me. So,
Oh yeah.
but I wasn't vulnerable. I just wanted to get laid.
Yeah, sure.
What about you, Conway? You ever run into any cougars?
Listen, guys, if you want to get with an older woman, this is what you got to do. Older woman, she wants a man with a slow hand. She wants an easy lover with an easy touch. She wants a lover that will spend some time, baby.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
go and roll like a heated rush. Come on, if you want some cougar time, you gotta give her that slow hand. Thank you, Dave. Big
But
fan.
they can rock your world though. Lord.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
They go.
Years of experience.
So this person took advantage of you while you were.
No, I just
a
said I
recovering
wasn't
addict?
vulnerable. I wasn't vulnerable.
I wasn't vulnerable. I knew why I was going. What happened? Did she just come to like a
What
and was like,
No, I met her at a meeting. I told you guys the story. She was the one who we ruined her white comforter. Remember that story? We had ruined her comforter.
God. I remember that story.
She
no, I don't
scooted.
remember that story, but
I can fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
Scooted, dude.
she was all concerned about her comforter, and I didn't listen. And it was she got rid of the comforter afterwards.
She had to throw it away, dude. It was in the trash the next day.
There was no real prep. She had no time to prep.
Making bread?
Prep, dude.
Waiting for the yeast to rise, bro.
You're on your way over the minute. She had to preheat the oven.
What the hell? You haven't prepped the salad. The dinner rush is about to start.
Shit.
Tuesdays I've ever been to.
Hey, question, Knox, did you ever legitimately, other than the guy that you were really worried about and you at your house in Wilmington, of course, you kind of sort of put up some cameras and stuff around because you were scared of him, but
yeah,
has that ever happened? Have you ever actually ran into, because I maybe it was a mistake, but I'm sure that you've had relations with a married woman a few times. Have you ever been caught by, say, a husband
directly?
Yeah.
No.
Like, so you've never been confronted.
I've
directly?
been like I've had them where they were suspicious.
Did
but
they confront you about it or ask you or
never any confrontation?
You watching TV and you're like,
there's never any confrontation. But here's the thing: let's look at, and this is going to sound biased, but if a woman is cheating on her husband, is the other guy to blame? I think that the guy's argument is with his wife, personally, not with the guy that she cheated with. Like,
so if that makes you sleep better at night, go ahead and tell
it's the truth.
We call that Knox logic.
It's tell me I'm wrong.
That's like saying if the money's hanging out of her purse and I just walk by and pull it out, wasn't she asking for it by letting the money hang out? I mean, come
gravity,
on,
bro. Just
keep that money put up if you don't want somebody taking
the money. The money kept on sending me text messages. I didn't know what was going on. Like, come on. I don't seek them out, really.
Right.
Maybe not now, but
no, not now. Definitely not now. Jeez, I don't want that kind of insanity in my life.
No.
I'm kind of siding with Knox on this. You know, listen, he is the vampire lurking in the shadows, you know, in the dark alleyway, waiting for someone to come by. But if someone knows that there's a vampire there and they gladly go down the alleyway, then that person's to blame. So
with a gallon of blood looking for a good time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah, I'd say more of the blame lies on her for sure.
I mean, do I carry some of the blame? Sure. Yes.
Minimal.
Did I
but
say
some,
no? No, I didn't. But you know what?
Taint blame.
It's
all right.
It's
so
you know,
with the married women that you've been with, the ones that you'll admit that you have been with, How many did you actively seek out toward to them seeking you out? Be honest. It's okay.
It's all right.
Only one.
Nobody's listening.
Only one.
Just
only one
comment.
area. A lot of separate. Does separation count?
No,
I don't think it does. I mean, was there flirting back and forth back in the BlackBerry days? The little red light would start blinking. You know, something was cooking. I mean, sure. I mean, did I poke and prod? Did I lead the witness per se? I might have, but I mean, come on. Per se. Did I say per se?
Yes, you said per se.
Yeah.
The other one. I caught myself saying "over" the other day, and I got mad. I could hear all be laughing in my head.
Beautiful.
Do you guys mind if we do just a little bit of news, or
what wine is on special? The per se. Oh, thank you.
The per se.
Time for news, CMP style.
I think there's going to be news.
This is a news update.
All right, a little bit of news, kind of quick, just the important stuff, you know. Okay. This actually ties in with what I'm kind of surprised that something like this has never happened to Knox, to be honest with you. This heartbroken woman devised a plan to make her cheating ex cry as much as she did. She legit ordered a ton of onions and had them deliver it to his doorstep. That was her way of getting back to him. He basically said, yeah, well, she's got more money than needs, and she's very bored. And that sort of thing.
But clearly she's never cut an onion before, because it just doesn't make you cry just sitting there with someone slicing the onion.
Well, yeah, no.
How many onions are we talking, Creed?
There was a picture. It doesn't say exactly how many she ordered, but it was those giant, like, netted bags that you would deliver to a restaurant.
Probably like a 20, 30-pound bag.
Wow.
It was quite a bit, and it was multiple bags.
It's a weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. Right? She should have hired someone.
Right.
Yeah, to cut them up, right?
Yeah.
Stand there beside him, cutting them.
The label came with instructions not to contact the recipient, but just to dump the onions at the front door.
A dump and go.
That's so stupid.
A homeowner who asked a friend to house sit is pretty pissed after getting home and looking at her security camera. A homeowner has been accused of voyeurism. Get this. After confronting a friend over what they saw her doing on a security camera when she had agreed to visit the house to feed the dog. So basically, she just had somebody come over to feed the dog. After all this happened, she's looking back at the video, and now this person is coming out and saying, well, you're like a voyeur and you're a pervert, basically.
Well, what did the person do?
Well, they did quite a bit, including getting naked and going into the hot tub with a few other people around.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I kind of get that. Like, I mean, I would get pissed off about that if I had a hot tub and somebody that's just over to feed my dog jumps in nude with some other random strangers. I mean,
that's the thing to do. That's why you agree to, watch someone's home, so you can go through their belongings, smell their underwear, and get into their bathtub.
Totally.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially if they have a hot tub, you're like, okay, yeah, sure. I'll watch your cat for you. And
the perks.
Yeah.
Creed, remember that time that I got locked out of your house in Jacksonville and I had a party in your front yard?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Came home. Yeah, that was I do remember
legit
that
block party on your front yard.
Yeah.
There was like 50 people there.
Yeah, we spent so much time not talking to any neighbors and not going through that whole thing. And Knox moves in, and then there was a single. I think she was a Marine, the one that lived basically
next door?
3 foot away off of my patio, and it was kind of weird how close that those houses. Our friend Shannon actually lives right in that neighborhood. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
It's the same exact neighborhood, but those houses are so close. But that just reminded me about a night with a Cadillac very late at night with some garbage cans. That was fun.
She was like a bodybuilder, right? The girl next door was. Her boyfriend was an MMA fighter, and she was a bodybuilder.
Yeah, and you still hit on her all the time. Any chance you
got to.
She invited me over. See, there you go.
She,
right there. Yes.
Did she?
Come on over.
How about
she
the
wanted
time
me to
that
move in?
How about the time the grass was like above my head, and Knox went and paid the neighbor across the street, I think like a 9-pack of beer to come over.
It wasn't a full 12er.
I know
was
it wasn't
Hispanic.
full at all. Oh, was he? Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I
nothing
just
to do with
remember
it.
he was Hispanic.
He did
I don't
the
know.
lawn
It was-
really well. That's what that
I'm
means.
Memory
The
Road.
lawn had never looked better.
He did a great job.
And if I'm not mistaken, the dude stayed around for quite a while and drank with Knox. I could be wrong, but
I think he did. He did. That was And the night that I had the party, I had the rock van.
Did you all right, did you guys party with the payment that you gave him? Like you paid him
Indian,
9 beers.
Indian giver.
And you
took back
drink
6
5
of them.
And then he cuts the lawn, and
Yeah.
then you're like, hey, why don't we hang out? And then you drink 5 of the beers.
That might happen.
So back to the story, they stripped down naked, used the hot tub, did a bunch of stuff. It's on camera, but these people come back and say that this person is a pervert and wants to get them on voyeurism charges. And she's like, go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I
luck with
think you're on their property, but as long as you didn't break anything or do anything illegal, you're fine.
Exactly. Is that the Barbary Coast in the background?
It looks like it, but I don't believe it is. I just
just some random bar.
Yeah, I just Googled bar background when Knox was talking about his AA meeting. And,
It looks very close. Oh, is that what? I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
I didn't say AA meeting. I said recovery program.
Oh,
good.
So, and you also said steps. You said
13.
after your 12 steps.
I did not say the word AA.
Me, dude.
Right.
A man claims to have found an entrance to an underground alien base on Google Earth. Scott, he's a UFO hunter who runs the ET database YouTube channel, claims he found the entrance to an underground alien base on an uninhabited. How do you say that? Anybody?
Uninhabited.
Thank you. Island in Indonesia. He believes that it is a doorway to an underground alien base, as it doesn't fit in with its environment, and it's in a very secluded location where aliens would love to have a hidden base, apparently.
Skipping right over military installation, going
It'd
straight
be any
there.
government. Yeah, any government wouldn't want to have one there. Just aliens, strictly aliens.
Using a tool on Google Earth, he measured the opening to find it was about 20 meters across. Have no idea how big that is in inches and or feet.
Clay,
60 feet, right? 3 by 3 feet per meter. Yeah.
All right. He says it's big enough to get a lot of alien ships in there. That's his quote.
It is.
It's a lot of room.
You can check it out for yourself on Google Earth. I'm not going to give you the coordinates, but it's on there on the intraweb if you want to check it out yourself.
Very nice. Maybe it leads to Mikey's Hollow Earth.
My Hollow Earth, where all the others
Mikey thinks
live.
there's a Hollow Earth.
Or was that Bishop? One of them.
Hollow Moon.
Who's a Hollow Earther?
Moon guy.
Yeah, I knew you were a Hollow Moon guy, but I thought one of you might have been a Hollow Earther as well.
You know, I'm
flat
open
earthers
to
here?
anything. No, it's not flat.
Step
Hollow,
beyond.
maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of caves.
Many caves.
A lot of caves. They got to go somewhere, baby. They got to go somewhere. Yeah. Are you okay, Knox?
I'm telling you, my back is not. I played a lot of golf this past week.
Has anybody got a Percocet for Knox?
I might grab an ibuprofen in a minute, though. I don't know.
Okay.
Party time.
Take 4.
So we've got a woman that makes about $5,000 a month online selling, you guessed it, feet pics.
Nice.
And this article, and I got to kind of comb through it, has some of the $5,000 a month. She is a medical student. Makes $5,000 a month selling photos of her feet online. Says she devotes about 6 to 10 hours a day making them look aesthetically pleasing.
Good Lord.
Using the working name Sweet Arches. She's 28 years old. She's funding her studies with her unusual sideline job, but warns that it's far from easy to make a quick buck in the foot world. Admitting to having a food fetish herself, she gets up to 100 messages a day with very unusual photo requests. And by the way, so Emily has been selling on
Her feet pictures.
No, on Poshmark. And God bless her. She's a few times come back and said, about these guys that ends up being asking her to model the shoes that she's selling because, they're very interested, but need to see them on. And I said, honey, those are foot fetish people.
Poshmark's great, though.
They call those guys Roberts. That is the collective name for
Robert.
Really? Yes, that's a Robert. If you guys weren't aware of that, yep.
I did not know that.
Instead of a John, it's a Robert. Okay.
Yep.
She goes on to say, some people like the soles of the feet. Some like just the toes. Some like to see them in different positions. People like to watch me crush things like raspberries, grapes, or cakes with my toes. I've actually had someone ask me to squish ants with her feet.
Painful.
But that's
Do you think there's a
no-no
market
me.
for guys? Because I would really like to get into that work. I got some free time. I wonder
Give it a
where
try.
there's a... All right. This week I'm going to take some pictures of my feet and see if we get any takers.
You might as well.
What was Knox holding in his hand, by the way?
Oh, that was the cord to the headphones.
Oh, okay.
I tiptoed away to open the window.
Is anyone here a Robert?
No.
I'm not eating anything.
I don't have anything against feet, but I don't particularly fetishize them in any kind of way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like kicking you out of bed because you got pretty feet or whatever. But
Only way I would look at a pair of feet is if there was a pair of boobs laying on them. That's about the only way I'd look at them. Just saying.
the part of the brain that recognizes sexual attractiveness is very, very close to the part that recognizes the design of the human foot. Those wires get crossed sometime. I remember psychology class. Yep.
Really?
Yep. I remember hearing that in a psychology class I took. So they're very close together. Yep.
Is Emily talking about the lesbian party at my house? Is that
Probably.
that
That was a great time, right?
That's probably.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Boy, was when you bring that up every Tuesday, whenever you guys are getting hot dogs at KT. Oh my God, I can't believe they're out of tumbleweeds. Did I ever tell you about the time that my ex-girlfriend? I come back. I went to New York.
Using the coasters, dude.
The 58th time that year.
And she didn't want to go for some reason.
She did not want to go. And we need to talk to the guy who works behind the counter. Get us some more tumbleweeds back here.
Green relish, dude.
Green relish.
The strangest request was from someone asking me to run him over in my car. I said, absolutely not.
This
That's
egg roll's
definitely-
cold.
That's the craziest thing that she had to refuse to do. How do you go from, hey, can I see some pictures of your feet? Sure, I'd pay it. Will you run me over with your car?
She had a lead foot.
That's something to do with the feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Lead foot.
So, in the defense.
Some fans like self-foot worship where I play with my feet on camera. Others ask me to suck, kiss, or lick my toes, or ask me to send them worn boots or shoes.
Has anyone ever bit their own toenails?
Yes.
Flipped their own, yeah.
Bit them.
No,
yeah,
no,
like
bit,
you got
bit.
Oh, when I
First
was
of
a
all-
younger, more limber man, yes, I actually did do that a couple times.
I certainly am not close to limber enough for that.
When I was a kid, I once used my dad's nose hair like scissors to cut my big toe. It was ingrown, and I dug it out with his scissors.
Be careful with that.
And then I looked. I happened to be looking at him. I was in the shower, and he was at the sink, and he used the scissors, and he winced. He backed away because of the smell that was coming off of him. Still,
You guys know how certain things make me very queasy. I had a friend, Jay, quite a while ago. He worked at a real quick before we go to 7-Eleven. He worked at a lumber yard and would have these pieces of wood in his fingers, and he would sit there with a knife and just continually dig them out.
Ow.
It always made me feel so uncomfortable.
You ever gotten a good splinter in your fingernail like that from wood?
Not in the fingernail, but yeah, that's scary.
Brutal.
Yeah, I've got them under my toenail before and under my fingernails.
Yeah, that's bad.
I got a splinter one time, went straight up in my foot. And I couldn't get it out, and I had to wait for it to work itself out, and it was about that long. Had to work its way back out.
Hello, who's that?
Hey, one time I was taking the trash out.
Uh-huh. The lips match up perfectly on this one. By the way.
I'm dying.
Down a little bit.
Sorry. You guys are making me laugh. Anyways, one time I was taking the trash out. And, I stepped on a nail and I went inside with the nail was to a board, and I walked back in. I'm kind of crying just thinking about it, but I walked back in.
Poor thing.
And
traumatized.
My manager wouldn't let me off. He said, no, you know that guy's gonna come back looking for that relish. So you need to fill it up. So I waited. I was like, I'm gonna wait, and I was just, blood was pooling in my. I used to wear K-Swisses all the time, but I wasn't wearing them then. I was wearing Skechers work shoes, and
no slip, right?
Yeah, no slip, no oil, and just pulling in my shoe. And I remember you come in and you said, there's no tumbleweeds. And I went and got it. You remember that?
Yeah. What is your name, by the way?
Gary.
Gary.
Yeah. Gary. Yeah.
What about the egg rolls, Gary? What happened with those?
Well,
yeah. Did you hear?
No, yeah. Listen, we try to keep the thing filled, but it's a hot seller. You get 2 egg rolls for $4, and a lot of people confuse the tornadoes with the egg rolls, and I gotta go over there. I'm like an egg roll bouncer, so. It's just very confusing. So yeah, but
let me show you confusing.
You gotta let the egg rolls cook fully. That's the thing, People are like, the egg rolls are cold. I'm like, well, did you let it sit there for 40 minutes? No, warm it up in the microwave.
This is the kind of crap that they do. Now look how
I'm looking at it.
Cooked it looks, though.
Oh yeah,
right.
You see how fried it looks?
Golden brown.
Yeah,
Gary made that.
It looks perfect. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I did. That's called flash frying. We do it real quick, and then we let it fully cook on the rollers. But if you want them so quick, they're not going to be fully cooked. They're going to be cooked on the outside, but not the inside.
Thank you.
Well, I thought it was ready to go, but it wasn't. So,
hey, just to let you know, we got the traffic's in too. So whenever you want to come in, yeah. I put 2 cartons. I said, this is for that guy who always comes in with his own relish and stuff in the fan packs. I'm actually kind of happy I'm on. You're kind of a legend around here.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they said, hey, listen, with the thing going on, the cold that's they say we're not allowed to reuse cups, but we know that you do, because you don't want to pay for the cup.
Well, that's Mikey that reuses the cups.
That's me.
Right.
He's the one that keeps all the cups in his car so that they can make random stops at all the fast food restaurants and go get the kids and him free drink.
Close this down though. Now there's nowhere to stop.
But everyone was like all against it. But I was like, hey, he buys at least $60 to $70 worth of egg rolls a week. We can let a few soda pops slide. You guys got no business sense. But
does he buy a lot of Mountain Dew, Gary?
Oh yeah, a lot of Mountain Dew.
Extra large size.
Extra large size. He gets so mad if we run out of ice. He says, I want a lot of goddamn ice in this.
Crushed, not cubed, crushed.
Crushed.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and also sometimes he gets mad if someone because the button gets pushed, the button will get stuck, and sometimes the ice will come out flavored, and it'll be cherry flavor ice, and he gets so mad he just yells at his girlfriend nonstop
Yeah.
about the crushed ice. And I don't know. I go out back and I just get a piece of wood and I hit it on the this guy.
Do I make you that mad? Seriously?
You just made me. I just punched a dumpster sometimes. This guy's coming here. Give me a hard time again. That's fine. It's fine. Anyways.
I didn't know I was that much trouble. Sorry, Gary.
Well, we really like you around here, but you know, sometimes you push people's buttons a little too much. Is all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
I expect good service.
Well,
Holy crap.
Listen, let me give you a pro tip, okay? A QT pro tip, okay? Yeah. If the egg roll is not on the front roller, it's not ready.
Well, it was the second roller that I grabbed it off of. FYI.
Okay. Question. What did I just say? Did I say
pretty aggressive? That's getting pretty aggressive.
No one's getting aggressive. I said if it's on the front roller.
I hear you with the front roller, but it was on the second roller and it looked cooked. I'm sorry.
Well, looks can be deceiving. My father, who run the shift before I did, he would say, listen, there's two things you don't do in life. Number one is judge a book by its cover. Okay, that goes with egg rolls too. Okay. And number two, you never, and I mean never, Gary, don't stock these goddamn cigarettes. The cigarettes have got to be full. Even if there's one, even if it's not the cigarette that's supposed to be there, you know, even if you have Marlboro Reds in a spot where Doral Ultralight 100s are, and people say, "Oh, can I get the Marlboro Reds are on sale?" You say, "No, sir, they're not on sale. We just run out of them, so I had to move Marlboros over there. The Marlboros are $5.96, and it'll be a little bit of a problem." What?
Gary, just above your head is out of stock, by the way, and right next to that, your cigarettes behind you.
Well, because I'm on the phone with you guys. Okay, I'm on the phone with you guys.
Gary, I take you as a big wrestling fan. Were you listening earlier?
Oh, I loved it. Every minute of it. I always wanted to be a wrestler. You know,
are you having a stroke currently?
Well, you better act fast. That means, am I having facial drooping?
A little bit. It's got a little.
Go through the ABCs.
Fast. We watched a seminar about that. They said, okay, listen, you got to act fast. Face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, slurred speech.
Fine.
T, T. I don't. Emotional tick. If the person has an emotional tick, like going out back and punching the dumpsters, he might be having a stroke. Is any of that happening to me?
No,
I think you're good.
All right. Well, listen, I gotta go.
Thank you.
I love you guys. Hey, listen, Mikey.
Yes.
Great job, brother.
Thank you.
Clay?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Yes.
I loved your coffee recipe, bud.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I don't drink any of the junk that's here either. It's all trash.
You also boil the water on your top?
Well, I think the people that come here is trash. Trash.
I'm sorry, Gary. Knox, was there something you wanted to do tonight, by the way?
They can wait till next week.
About something that you bought, right?
We'll do it next week. It's all right. Good job, Mikey.
Yes.
Any last words? We'll start with you, Knockers.
Well, like I said, great job to Mikey, and I'm actually pretty proud of myself for not talking at all for 47 minutes for the interview.
Wasn't quite that long.
We'll check.
Big Clay, any last words?
Love you guys. See you next week.
Very good. Mikey the Legend Mayhem.
Make sure you tune in next week for Gangrel from the Attitude Era WWE, as well as an upcoming interview with Johnny Kelly, former drummer of Typo Negative and current drummer, I believe, for Danzig.
Wow.
All right here on the
Nice.
Creedence and Bishop Show.
Beautiful. And Bishop.
May the 20th be with you.
All right, now that is that not Barbary Coast behind you now?
This is, yes. I found the
Okay.
photo of it.
All right.
That place still open?
One of my
Not
one
right
of my
now, but was it?
favorite pictures was Clay with that pyramid of the PBRs.
That was a good time. It was a good night.
All right, well, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. We are the Creedence and Bishop Show. Wednesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Eastern is when we are live, and we always appreciate you coming through and saying hi and dropping a comment and all that. Please, if you have a YouTube account, go to our YouTube. It's Creedence and Bishop Show. There's no the. It's just Creedence and Bishop Show on YouTube. Subscribe and, hit the bell notification. I guess you get that's when you hear when we go live, that kind of thing.
Nice.
We really would appreciate that. And if you haven't liked the page on Facebook yet, you should. It's CB Space Radio Space Show. CB Radio Show. You can Google that and it'll come up as well. Thank you to everybody who came through tonight. Thank you so much to Ryan for joining us tonight. It was a really great interview. Good job, Mikey.
You're welcome.
And that is it until next Wednesday. By the way, we may have some surprises for you this coming week of a little something that we're working on. Am I right, Mikey? Maybe?
Working hard, baby. Working hard.
Might have a surprise or two, so keep an eye on the page. Have a good one, guys. See you.